Welcome to ACC.13. You know, there's been a tremendous growth in really the international presence, not only looking at the burden of cardiovascular disease internationally, but this whole concept of collaboration of colleagues internationally. And so I'm pleased to be joined by two people that head up the activities of the American College of Cardiology. Ewan Gray is the current chair of AIG, or AIG chair, and then Christophe Bowden is, Christophe is the chair-elect. So tell me a little bit, what is AIG?
Yes, what is AIG? It's the Assembly of International Governors. It's a move from having had an international council, as we've had international growth and brought on board international chapters. The leaders of those chapters have constituted this new body, which is the Assembly of International Governors, which parallels the domestic Board of Governors.
Yeah. And how sort of what do you see as the challenges for people as they become international members?
Well, the challenge for members, what we're told consistently from our engagement, is that they would like to be more involved with the college and the college's affairs.
Right.
And one of the major initiatives with regards to international strategy was to represent international members better. I think historically, and I'm now talking of a decade ago, the college was very focused on its US members.
Absolutely.
And increasingly it's focusing, I think, very well on its international membership, and we've seen a lot of international membership growth as a consequence.
And really, obviously it makes a lot of sense. Christophe, it sounds to me like being able to exchange knowledge, exchange idea, exchange resources would be something very important. Is that correct?
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is what it's all about for the international members. They can actually participate in something that is a global effort, and that is what the mission of ACC is: reduce the global burden of heart disease. And so ACC actually opens the door here for global interaction, global advancement of treatment and diagnostic of heart disease, better care for people, and that through participation of their international membership. And this is actually the greatest benefit for all of the international members. You can make a difference here in this global development.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. Ewan, you've been doing this, you've been active in this arena for 5 years or so. What's the growth been like in the international ACC membership?
Well, it's been considerable. We've seen growth from less than 3,000 members to now having 6,500 members. About half of those are fellows of the college, about 3,500 fellows. And the other membership categories are international associates, fellows in training, and CCAs, cardiac care assistants. And in each category there's been growth. We've been very careful to ensure that the value of the FACC status is not diluted, because it remains important. And we've seen good growth in that area. There are a lot of very good and competent cardiologists out there around the world.
And tell me, what's a chapter do? So an international chapter, if you give me an example of what that chapter would do.
Okay. International chapter, first and foremost, is there to help increase the dialogue between the college in the States and international members who work and live abroad. A second function of the chapter is to cement the relationship between the college and the national society or national societies in those parts of the world. And to make sure that the members of the college in those areas know of college activities, know what opportunities exist for them to become more involved in college activities, and to have local meetings and network themselves.
Just like the state chapters.
Absolutely so.
Which is really an important. Christophe, let me ask you, as you move into being the chair, what do you see as the future of really the whole international activities?
Well, as I said, I think it's going to be a global effort, and this society is developing from a national society, a large national society, into a global society, and that I think is one big aspect of it. The second is I think there are a number of opportunities that have not actually been tapped into, and one of them is advancing science through all of the international members that we have and through the international boards and governors that we now have. So if we combine our power here worldwide, we can really make a difference by, for example, setting up a worldwide research network.
Yeah, it sounds, I mean, obviously if we just look at the spectrum of cardiovascular illnesses worldwide, it is a worldwide issue, and certainly by doing what you say, getting international members really linked up, then I think we can make a dent in this, and certainly going to be very important. Well, I appreciate what you've been doing for these 5 or 6 years, and Christophe, what you're going to be doing. I think this is an incredibly important initiative. I always learn from my international colleagues, so I think it's good to, and thank you both for joining us. And thank you for joining us. We hope that you'll stay tuned to ACC, to this information we have for you at ACC 13.